Well, welcome everybody. We're so glad that you joined. It is great to have so many of our members together in an event that bridges us into the new Rotary year. We are in the middle of the first ever Rotary International Convention. Many of you know that. I hope many of us have logged into the general sessions and the breakouts. Like today, I was in a breakout with thousands of others around the world, experiencing Rotarians worldwide, especially how they're meeting needs during this pandemic. New types of clubs continue to emerge based on so many different models that engage members in ways never thought of before. Some great global activities happening, the walking challenge. I know Wendy and you were talking about being involved with that, the online house of friendship, so many opportunities to experience the world of Rotary, 1.2 million members. I would like to offer an invocation, so if you would join me, please. Great God, we are thankful for technology that enables us to connect in ways that are so important during this time. We're thankful for each one here. Our hearts go out to anyone present that has lost a loved one to the virus our world is experiencing. We ask for insight and wisdom on adapting to change, how to be stronger, more united, passionate, more engaged than ever before as a club, to do great work locally and globally. Most of all, to do this with joy. Amen. Thank you. Tom has some questions. We're going to do a little bit of a poll. Don't get nervous if you don't know all the answers. So, Tom, if you're ready, go right ahead. So you'll have about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And, you click the answer in the square if you haven't done one of these on Zoom yet. And when you're done, click submit. So don't click submit until you've answered all 4 questions. Okay, this is just a little bit of an icebreaker, brain teaser maybe. Be careful with number 2, because one of those answers is next year's slogan, and one is this year's slogan or theme. Number 3, the reason that one's there is it ties in with some of the words I'm going to say when it's my turn to share my goals. Okay, I think we've had about maybe a minute, so 20 more seconds.
About half of them are done.
Half are done, Tom?
Yeah, we're up to 22 of 34. Don, if I could, there's somebody in the call who's identified themselves as Stud. I have no idea who that is, and they're not answering chat. So if you can hear me, please identify yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to drop you off the call.
It keeps flashing between Stud and who is this?
Well, I changed the name to who is this, hoping.
Oh, okay.
Hey, sorry, that's me. That's Ryan. I forgot that I had named myself that. I forgot to change it. Funny, but it's the truth. Don't hate.
Okay, I think we're closing it out, Tom. Let's see what those answers are.
26 of 34. Anybody else still working on it? All right, here's the end. And here's your results.
Yeah, most everybody got 1.2 million. Current theme is Rotary Connects the World. 54%, all right. And Rotary Opens Opportunities is the new Rotary Year theme. And last spring's District Leadership Summit, we got pretty close. 46% Rotary Listens is the answer. And you'll be hearing more about that theme in a little while. And all of the above is true of me. Yes, I lost hearing in my right ear in 1998, acoustic neuroma. It was a slight, it was a growth on the hearing nerve, but hey, I'm just happy to be here and well otherwise. Tom, thank you so much for conducting that. That's awesome. At this point, I would like to turn things over to a legendary man of insight and inspiration. That would be none other than our current district governor, Patty Rooney.
Yay.
Hey, Patty.
Wow, that's a build-up. Thank you, Don. It was about a year ago that Bill Davis invited me to come to that lovely converted barn somewhere out in the country that I had no idea where it was, but I found it to help install your offices last year. And that was the beginning. I was still district governor-elect at the time. It's the beginning of my relationship in depth with the Elizabethtown Club. And I have to say, it's been a marvelous time to get to know you in this past year. I used your club, of course, as an example as I went around to meet the other clubs and to talk about my vision for Rotary and for the district. I used your club as an example of one of those that was a creative club, that was willing to embrace and change and be willing to engage in and step out into the unknown. I think the Monday Evening Club that you started has proved to be a very great success and shows the creative and innovative thinking that we need to have if we're to make Rotary this livable and exciting entity that we all believe that it is. But I've also been very impressed as I've watched you during the year with your level of service. You really do exercise great care for the community and for the wider world around us to be able to engage in service projects that have been exemplary. And you've also contributed folks to help not just your club, but also your district. I'm thinking, for example, of past District Governor Dennis, but Kevin and Joe Redmond, all of whom serve on various district committees, and others who really contribute to make a difference in the wider world of Rotary. So I'm very grateful for all of that. This has clearly not been the year that many of us would have hoped. And for Bill, I know that I congratulate you for at least being able to figure out how to bring your clubs together and continue your meetings online and virtually in this manner. So thank you for your leadership during this past year. You have been, I believe, an exemplary Rotarian.
Thanks.
So thank you for that. I believe that you're in good hands with Don Grabowski, even though you know, you have to put up with his singing at times. But that's just the way it goes. I also want to thank you especially for the contributions you've made. You've been one of the strongest clubs supporting Rotary, particularly in the area of polio, and your contributions to the foundation. Your generosity has not gone unnoticed, and you really is a remarkable effort that you put in each and every year to be strong supporters of the broader goals of Rotary International and for the work we do throughout the world. It's going to be an interesting year coming up for Don. We know that because like Bill, who ended up with a tough part of the year, Don's going into a new year with the challenges, but also opportunities. And I'm very pleased, and I don't want to steal John Anthony's thunder, but I'm very pleased that Rotary International President-elect Holger chose this theme of opportunities, because I really do believe that Rotary is about opportunities. It's about us opening opportunities, about opening those doors to opportunities that can exist in our communities for service above self, for a way in which we can inspire people to figure out how we can make this world a better place than when we came into it. That's what Elizabethtown Club has done. That's what Elizabethtown shows to others around them. That's who you are. I congratulate you on the year. I thank you for your service. I hope to see many of you at some point again in the not too distant future. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And blessings on the rest of the year coming up.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you.
And yes.
Patty.
I'd even say cheers. How's that?
Cheers.
Yes.
So now we're going to move forward, and our current president, Bill Davis, will now take over, and we're very excited to have 3 new members inducted. So President Bill, please take over.
Sure. Thank you, Dawn. Just a couple of comments on that. We, even though there's a pandemic, we still netted 6 additional members to the club, which is pretty phenomenal.
That is fantastic.
And being thankful for that, we thought tonight, we would just do, of the newer members, we were going to do an induction ceremony. So to accomplish that, Ralph Dietrich, who is the membership chair, has agreed, and Dan Robrish has agreed to interview the 3 newest members and provide some dialogue with them, and to get us so that we will know them better and that they will know us better. That is part of the ceremony and part of the way we would like to move forward. So I would ask, Ralph, are you prepared?
Yes, I am.
If you could go ahead and
Okay.
that'd be great.
And I'm asking Cody Atherton to bring greetings to everyone. So when I introduce him, he can be seen. You'll know who we're talking about.
Yeah, hi everyone. It's great to be here tonight and happy to see everyone.
Hey, Cody.
Hi, Cody.
Hey, Cody.
Okay,
Cody.
Cody. I'm going to say some things about you, and then I'm going to ask you some questions. Cody grew up in Ford City, Pennsylvania. That's in the very western end of Pennsylvania. He's a college graduate from Clarion University, and that's in the western end as well, right off Route 80, close to the Ohio line. He has a degree, he has a bachelor's in business administration. He lived and worked in Ford City, and that's out there, again in the western end, for several years at Nationwide. And while he lived there and worked there for Nationwide, he was on the Ford City Borough Planning Commission. Major industry had left Ford City, so there was a lot of blight, and the commission needed to work on what to do with the blighted areas. So he was helpful in that. He came to our area last October 2019. He is living in Linglestown, and he's working in E-Town for Nationwide. That's where he started, and he's still in the same office, but it's now called KMA. It's an independent business, brokerage business now. And Cody can correct me if I got that wrong. Well, I learned that Cody is engaged to Tyler, a kindergarten teacher in Lower Dauphin. And they will be married about a year from now, June 19th, 2021. And he told me that they may, and I took it from May to insisted that he move into our area, especially Elizabethtown, after their marriage. And Cody, I think you're one of our younger members. Are you 36 years old now?
I'm actually 25 years old.
Oh, 25. Well, you're among the youngest. My
There you
math.
go.
Yay.
Great. Well, Cody, I have 2 questions for you. First, how did you find the Rotary Club of Elizabethtown? How did you get here?
So it's a great story, and everything was spot on, Ralph, except my fiance, her name's Taylor.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right. But so when I started working in Elizabethtown back in October, I headed down to BB&T Bank. I wanted to open a checking account there, and I met Denise Thompson. And we went back to our office to open up the account, and there on our filing cabinet, I saw a Rotary magnet. And I asked her, I said, "Are you a Rotarian? Are you involved?" And she goes, "Oh, yeah, I am." And we got to talking. I was a member of the Lions Club back in Ford City, Pennsylvania. And she invited me to a Friday meeting, and I went to a Friday meeting, and kept going ever since that day. And that's how I found out about the club and kind of got involved.
Great. And I understand, well, I gave you the packet this week, and in the new member packet, you have a pin, and you have a decal, which you already have on your car, and you're looking for more of those things. So great.
Yeah, I put the decal on my car. I think that Friday afternoon you dropped it off, and like I said, once I get back to wearing a shirt and tie again to work, I'll be able to wear a lapel pin on my jacket.
Great. Well, my next question is, I'm aware that you've attended a number of Friday meetings so far when we were physically together and on a couple of the Zoom meetings. So you've had some experience with us now. So what do you find exciting about our club, and were there any surprises after you got to know us?
I think it's exciting. Every Friday, the different guest speaker that we bring in. Some of the topics are really interesting, and it's great that we get to sit there front and center and hear our accounts firsthand. Something surprising, just the members of the club are from every aspect of the community, Elizabethtown, and it's a great combination of everyone, and know people that way.
And you're a Friday member.
I am, yeah, and it's very convenient. My office is right across the street from Funk, so a 2-minute walk up.
Great. Well, hey, thank you, Cody, and welcome to you. And I understand this week you are spending the week at the Outer Banks of North Carolina. So there's a beach right outside your door somewhere.
There is, yeah. Right outside this office is the beach. We're about 100 yards off from it, but a family vacation. But like I said, happy to spend this Wednesday evening with everyone from Rotary.
All right. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Cody.
Thanks.
Dan,
Thanks for having me.
Dan Robrish, you had 2 new members you were going to introduce and dialogue with.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so ladies first. So Susan, our longer-term members know that she was a member of this club for a number of years until I think 2012. At which point, I'm sorry.
I think I left at the end of 2011 because of work issues.
Okay, my mistake.
Close.
But yes, she left because she was unable to attend meetings because of her work schedule. But she enjoyed her time in Rotary, and now that she is leading Pennsylvania Counseling Services to set up her own private practice in Elizabethtown, she will have more control over her schedule and be better able to attend meetings. So she was interested in rejoining, and I was more than happy to sponsor her for membership. So Susan, can you please share with us your favorite memory of being in Rotary the last time?
Lots of them. I enjoyed the meeting at Lucky Ducks, I think it was, upstairs for it, when it was something else, for the Rotary, the fantasy football draft. Bringing my son with me. He wasn't old enough to have a beer, but he knew the football, so he picked the draft, so I had the beer. But just in general, I just enjoyed the meetings, the speakers, just the camaraderie.
I always thought football would be able to get enough volunteers they wouldn't need to resort to a draft, but apparently there are a lot of things I don't know about sports. Okay, so what goals do you have for your Rotary membership now that you're rejoining?
Just to reconnect with the community, get involved again. For the last 9 years, I've spent most of my waking hours in Lebanon. And I feel like I go to work, come home, and that's it. So I'm just, want to get involved in the different projects, be an active member, and just become part of the community again. I miss it.
Very good. Let's give her a round of applause. That's it.
A great legacy. It's good to have a grub in Rotary.
And so I am also the sponsor of Sawyer Neal. Sawyer, let's start off with, please tell us how old you are.
I'm 23 years old.
Yes!
Even younger than Cody.
Love that!
So
that's
I first
awesome.
got to know Sawyer when he just walked into my storefront office downtown and wanted to write for me. And he was still in high school at the time. How old were you then? 15?
Yeah, I think I was 15.
Yeah, okay. He wanted to write for me, and
bringing in young, Dan.
And well, I mean, frankly, that wasn't unusual that that teenagers would walk into my office and say that they wanted to write for a newspaper. But what happened was I took him with me to a municipal meeting. We both took copious notes, and then I saw what he wrote, that he had no clue how to begin the lead of a newspaper story, but that he understood what was happening in the meeting and was able to, once he got past the lead, explain it in a salvageable manner. I mean, nobody's good at this on the first try, but he understood what was going on, and I
know my leads.
Yeah, he understood what was happening in the meeting, which was truly important, and so I realized this is somebody I can work with. Later on, I wrote a recommendation for him for college applications. He went to St. John's College, earned a bachelor's degree, and is now working in politics. He is employed by a campaign committee that works to elect Democrats to the state legislature. I forget the exact name of it, but that's what they do. Sawyer, I understand that in the course of your work, you've attended Rotary meetings before. Can you please share a bit about that experience?
Yes. So most recently, kind of combination of Dan asking and this experience a couple of months ago kind of drove me to be interested in this. I was working on a special election out in Western PA, actually just a couple maybe an hour south of where Cody's from in Westmoreland County. And, you know, a lot of these old steel towns, the communities are still, I think, in ways that further east are lost in a sense, like formed around Rotary clubs and American Legions and like Masonic lodges. So got to sit in on meetings as part of like getting to know folks on the campaign trail, and just like the notion of being able to help folks without having politics involved sounds great. Getting up job. So I'm just interested in service, and sat in on a couple of meetings and y'all seem hilarious. So that's a blessing. Great.
Okay. Hey, Sawyer, it's good to have you. Nice.
That's awesome.
Don, do you just want me to continue?
Yeah, go ahead with the installation.
Let me just
induction.
Yeah. Susan Sawyer and Cody. In 1905, Paul Harris, a young lawyer in Chicago, experiencing the loneliness of a newcomer to a big city, wanted to become acquainted with individuals in other businesses and professions. On the evening of February 23rd, 1905, he met with 3 friends to discuss his ideas. From this beginning, they invited others to meet with them and began to rotate the meetings among each other's offices. From this rotation came the name Rotary. Their names soon became too great. Their numbers became too great to meet in each other's offices, and a luncheon club was in fact formed. You are about to become the newest members of the Rotary Club of Elizabethtown. The Rotarian who proposed you for membership paid you a great compliment. They saw in you those characteristics which would make a fine Rotarian. You've been approved by the responsible committees of the club, by the board, and by the members. And in hand, you should have your packet, which would include your PIN and membership certificate and your sticker. Congratulations on being new members of the Elizabethtown Rotary Club.
Welcome. Welcome.
Happy to be here.
Bill, can I add one quick word?
Awesome.
To the new members?
Yes, you sure can.
Just thank you for joining. Thank you for being so enthusiastic about Rotary, and get involved. The way we know that folks stay in Rotary is to be involved, to participate, and to get to know folks and share. That's the key to maintaining membership long term. So thank you for joining. We look forward to your energy and enthusiasm and excitement in the coming years. Thank you.
Well, Patty, your statement is the perfect segue into what I would like to share. First of all, just a little bit about myself. I'm one of 9 children. My father, a Rotarian for many, many years, was the president of the Lancaster Rotary Club, Big Club, in 1983. I've lived in Lancaster all my life, Pequea Valley area, and then the Strasburg area. I have my bachelor's, master's in music, taught 33 years in 5 school districts. Central Dauphin actually was one of them, Cody, Linglestown, specifically, in fact, as part of my career. And also the last half of those 33 years, I was part-time in the music department at Millersville. We came to E-Town in '96 to be closer to my teaching position in Central Dauphin. I've been a music leader and musician at various churches and still am. We have a 2-year-old granddaughter. I finished my teaching career at Hempfield High School about 7 years ago, retiring, and now I'm managing a company I started 5 years ago selling gloves on Amazon worldwide for musicians who play under unique circumstances and with medical issues. I enjoy golf, scuba diving, boating, traveling as much as possible with my lovely wife, Peggy, who is a huge supporter of our club.
Should be Rotarian.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
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 We've had that discussion, let me tell you.
To be a great Rotarian.
Oh, so I forgot to do screen share. Okay, give me a moment. Here we go.
Don, at some point, if I could also wrap up, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, Bill, I'm so sorry. Well,
Go right ahead. Go right ahead. I'll follow you.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I'm sharing my screen now with our with the PowerPoint. Hopefully, will play correctly. So I heard this message back when we had our district leadership summit, so well planned out by John Anthony, who's among us tonight. This whole idea of the importance of being heard. And that is the magic. That's when the magic happens, is when people are heard. And this is true of any relationship. Our current crisis in our country, the demonstrations nationwide, and even here in E-Town, police joining in the march, kneeling with the peaceful protesters, the opportunity for both sides to know that they are being heard. Parent and child, communication in a marriage. In a developing country, there was a Rotary project I heard of at one of the international conferences where the Rotarians kept telling the locals, we're going to drill a well. The locals kept saying, no, we just need a water filtration system. Well, short time after, they completed the drill, the well, and it failed. So eventually, they did get a water filtration system. So how does this apply to our club? All of us want to be heard. We all have something to offer, something to make our club stronger and better. At the same time, our community and the world, which is a living and breathing organism of people, needs to be heard. Each of us has something to offer to answer the human calls for need, whether locally or globally. My goals for 2021, a continuation of a great set of goals that have been established by our past presidents that are tied into Rotary International's set of desired club attributes. I intend to continue these, as you can see, club growth, the foundation, Polio Plus, Rotary Youth Leadership Awards. This takes us to the new Rotary International theme and logo. Now, just poking a little fun, it would be an interesting logo and a very sad year if the new logo looked something like this, and the theme, be the axle and watch the action around you. What? Or stay put and watch everyone else do the work. I guess you know what I'm getting at. The actual is quite the opposite. Holger Knack, I know I said it right, I've heard it a few times, and he's from Germany, and he's chosen Rotary Opens Opportunities, as we heard earlier by Patty. And people are wondering, what are those 3 doors all about? Well, I heard someone present last spring in our trainings. Rotaract clubs is one of the doors. Pick a color. That would be, of course, people ages 18 up to 30. Once you get near 30, you can have a dual membership with a Rotary club in your community. Eventually, they do move into that club. The second door is currently actively engaged members. And the third door is those members who are about to be engaged, not the axle of the wheel. I would say my biggest goal this year would be engagement by all of us in measurable ways. You might ask, is there a list somewhere where I can be more involved, to show me somewhere where ways that I can be involved in Rotary? We have, when we became members, a list of activities that have been used quite a bit. I became a member in 2014, and I took that list and expanded it to a handy chart that I intend to send to all of you, posted on our social media. And I'm going to now jump into what that chart is to give us some insights, some inputs, maybe things that hadn't been thought of yet. So let me get there. Here we go. All right. So the whole idea is how to enhance our club experience for continued good work. Serve on a service project. Obviously, that's what we're all about, service. There are lots of opportunities. You'll hear about new opportunities for service this next Rotary year because we received a district grant, $5,000 toward the Enrichment Center at Echoes. And there will be lots of needs there, so more on that later. Obviously, we have tons of resources on Rotary.org. I don't know how many of you ever looked at the new member module. Wow, what a wealth of resources, ideas, and what I'm asking is if all of us could check it out, at least briefly, if you haven't done it yet. But if you've been a member 2 years or less, these 17 links will give you lots of insights on how can I get involved, what is the world of Rotary like, why did I join this organization, and you'll find interest groups, chat groups, just a huge array. So I would love to hear from you to find out what 5 areas interested you, and that could be a springboard of possible involvement in an area of the club that you didn't know about, or to start something that you're passionate about. And then, of course, there's opportunities visiting another club's weekly meeting, Rotary Means Business event, board meeting opportunities. You're all invited as a member to attend our board meeting, serving on committee, serving on the board. And then we have our district events, leadership training, our fall foundation dinner. All of these give you a bigger insight to, at least on the district level, what the world of Rotary is in our neighborhood. Fall Rotary Leadership Institute, 3 different levels of that, and that's all like an Eastern US opportunity. And finally, then our Spring District Leadership Summit. And finally, the conferences, district level conferences, and hopefully I named all of the counties, York, Adam, Cumberland, Dauphin, Lancaster, 5 counties. Did I miss any, Patty or John or Kevin? I think I hit them all. I hear silence. I think I got them all. And then finally, the international conference. Next year, it's hopefully live. It's Taiwan, and the following year is Houston. So in wrapping it up here, 2025 marks the 100th anniversary of our club. I would like to start the plans for a celebration event and also establish the beginning of a club legacy display at a local public location. Right now, in closing, I want to say that the most pressing challenge now is getting all of us meeting live once again. More on that later. Our board meets July 14th, and we'll be looking at possibilities there. So I'm now going to unshare the screen, and this gives me the opportunity.
We actually have 7 counties in the
Excuse
district.
me?
7.
7. Okay, which ones did I miss?
I don't know because I've forgotten your list, but we have Lebanon, we have Fulton County, Franklin County.
Okay, yeah, Franklin, I missed that one. Yep.
Right, Franklin. And Lebanon.
If you are familiar with the PIAA District 3 sports arena, we basically cover that whole area.
Thank you, thank you. I think it's now time, President Bill.
Yeah,
Please.
thank you, Don. Yeah, I just wanted to wrap some things up and thank some people. I'm not a great reader of novels, but what kept coming to my mind in preparing this talk was Dickens, when he wrote The Tale of Two Cities. He starts out, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And I kept thinking about that with regard to the way the first 9 months went, and then we hit the virus, and everything kind of went down from there. But it's something we'll never forget, as we went from an 11-year economic boom to a recession, and a relatively healthy population to one ravaged by a virus. All this, however, never stopped our perseverance to do good in our communities and the world. Elizabethtown Rotary Club earned what I anticipate will be a Rotary International citation with Presidential Distinction Platinum. This award is given to clubs that work with Rotary International to achieve goals that are important for the mission of Rotary, both locally and abroad. This is the highest awarded citation, and we will be proud to accept it. In addition, we are hoping to also receive the 1920 Governor's Citation Award in our work to connect the world in our community. And I'm glad we have District Governor Patty here. Maybe he can put a plug in that for us here tonight. We had at the beginning of this year strategically planned with the club and built on previous years to establish 3 main goals for this Rotary year. Goal number 1 was to have a service project, family of Rotary event, or a club district event each month that we could participate in to make sure our club remained active and active with service and would not languish by becoming a meeting-only club. Our goal was 1 event each month, and we easily accomplished this, averaging approximately 2 events each month, thanks to the work and guidance of chairs Jeffrey C. Clark and Sean McCoach. Because of the pandemic, which affected the last 3 months, service projects were scheduled and some not completed because we were sheltering in place. However, we had enough events early in the year that our goal of 1 per month was accomplished. Thank you, chairs Jeff and Sean. Goal number 2, the Rotary Foundation is the lifeblood of our organization. With the foundation, we are able to make a difference in the lives of millions of people around the world. As a club, we have been generous but seldom have stretched ourselves to improve our giving. Thanks goes to Dennis Zubler and Ken Wolf, who were both co-chairs of the foundation committee. We set our goal for the Elizabethtown Club at $15,000, which if achieved would be the best or among the best giving years we have ever had as a club. A plan with positive action made us believe we could not only meet but exceed our goal set for the year. I'm pleased to report that on checking it, our goal of $15,000 was not only met but exceeded to well over, as of a day or 2 ago, $23,000 for the Rotary year, which is absolutely phenomenal. And even remembering we're in a pandemic when this is happening. So by far our record year. Goal number 3 was explore and if feasible offer corporate memberships to the Elizabethtown Rotary Club. Corporate memberships give local businesses the chance to give back to the community, give executives a chance to learn about the needs of their community so they can serve it well, experiencing the personal satisfaction of knowing they're helping others. We currently have the brochure wording and the application finished, but need to lay out the brochure and take it out to the business community. Our schedule was interrupted by the pandemic, so I've yet to approach corporations to see their receptivity, but hopefully we can continue next Rotary year and test this for success at that time. We also worked and achieved a few sub-goals, including not to exceed 90 minutes in board of director meetings and have a net increase in membership, which we did with 6. In membership, but the metric that probably shows we are the most healthy and happy club is our interaction with each other, which we hope to get more of once this pandemic is over. Thanks to the club for having me as your president. I considered it an honor, and I hope we have made a positive difference in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. Yay.
Great year, Bill.
Thank you, folks.
It gives me great pleasure now to introduce our incoming district governor, who I think of as one of the calmest persons I've ever met. When you hear him talk, he just totally calms me down. I think of him as Mr. Calm, and we especially need it these days. So please welcome our incoming district governor, John Anthony.
Mr. Calm.
I like it. So I'm going to go off the cuff for a minute, and then I'm going to hit a couple of points, and then we'll do the thing. But the first thing is, you know, I called 2 people to find out about the dress code for this event. One of them was Kevin, and he said, I'm going to be totally cash, man. I'm going to have my Rotary Serves t-shirt on. It's all good. Then I called Don, and Don said, well, I'm just telling you, I'm wearing a suit, so whatever that tells you. So I decided that that really acknowledges the duality of the Elizabethtown Club. So today I'm in my suit jacket and tie, and also my shorts. I don't know if you can see them.
Thanks a lot.
Big hairy legs for it.
Introducing our district governor.
We will never not see them again.
You're welcome.
I got that screenshot, by the way.
Nice legs. You
Get
go,
that.
Glenn. I want that picture, Glenn. I want that picture.
Auctioning off later will be the opportunity never to see them again for the Rotary Foundation.
A great selfie.
You guys are great. You're one of the most fun clubs I've been able to visit over the last couple of months, and so I thought that would be kind of neat. So, our founder Paul Harris is purported to have said Rotarians are very much more favorably disposed towards actions than they are towards words. For me, that translated means clam up and get her done. So, honoring that tradition, I'm going to keep my comments short. Rotary opens opportunities. We, the leaders of Rotary in the Rotary year 2020-21, are honored and blessed to have the opportunity to build upon the successes of who have come before us. Yes, we are honored, but we have responsibility to that past. We are in this moment of opportunity because of the work and dedication and of the service of those who came before us. The only way that we can properly honor that past is to learn from it as we face forward and run full speed into the opportunities that lie before us. Now, perhaps more than any other time in the past, we are in a position to make significant progress in growing Rotary. Not just grow in size, although that is a goal, but more importantly, because in quality and in opportunities that we offer. Opportunities for the current and future Rotarians to offer their gifts back to their community and to the world. The Rotary Club of Elizabethtown is uniquely positioned to honor its past in this moment, in this year, in growing Rotary. You have the tools, you have the support, and you have the leadership. Rotary Opens Opportunities is not just a cute little theme. It is the core of who we are, especially this year and especially now. I'm super excited as I imagine being with you a year from now, as Patty is today, looking back on a year of Rotary successes, of Rotary growth, and Rotary service, knowing that we have together made our community and our world a better place. I want to personally congratulate the club leadership and challenge all of you to help them open Rotary opportunities this year, to build upon your past successes in every way that is important to you as an individual and to your club in growing Rotary. So let's get her done together. So your slate for 2020, 2021, as I mention your name, if you would cough or make a noise so that people can see who you are on the screen. First, I'd like to call up your new president, Don Grabowski. Next, President-elect Deb Dubler.
I'm here.
Hey,
Hi,
Deb.
Deb.
Glenn Boutte.
Here and present.
Thank you, Glenn. Second Vice President, Jeffrey C. Clark.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Alternative Meeting Chair, Wendy Grinnell.
Hello.
Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Secretary, seems to have been doing this for a while, Tom Lawbaugh.
You doing? I'm here.
Wow.
Yay.
Hey.
It's a Rotary shirt.
Treasurer, Bob Hollinger.
I'm done.
Bob.
At large, on the board, Sean McCoach.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
He's on the porch.
On the party porch.
He's on the porch.
That's a new Rotary Club.
Wagon.
Also at large, Noble Johnson.
Noble.
Hey.
Noble.
Thank you, Noble.
Deb Jones.
Hi, everyone.
Deb, thank you.
Hey,
Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Deb.
And finally, past president, Bill Davis.
Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
Congratulations, one and all, once again, for taking the lead in opening Rotary opportunities this year. I look forward to working with you all.
Thank you.
I want to thank all of you for attending, and a special thanks to Tom LeBeau, our Zoom host.
Thank you, Tom.
Did nothing tonight.
Before we leave, it might be fun to have a little reminder of
It's Friday.
Oh.
that we have done.
I'm putting my laptop up top so I can stand up. I love this. This
Those
is great.
of you who are Monday meeting people, you may not have heard this, and if you visited on a Friday, you may have heard something like this. It's 12 o'clock on a Friday, but it's 5:30 on a Monday. The regular crowd
shuffles in.
Put your bread in the jar.
Got the food at the bar.
Give some fun ones, and there's food at the bar. Brought to us by Mary and Jim. Brought to us by Mike
Mary.
and Kristen, right?
Kristen. Yes, yes.
Agree on. Sing us a song.
The song ye down
Sing us a song
tonight.
Because we're all in the mood for friendliness. Change lives the
Rotary way.
Oh, that felt good. It was so good. Everybody, you guys were singing too. It's nice. A reminder that as all are logging off, officers and board, and please, John and Patty, stick around for a group picture. And I also want to extend a special happy birthday and happy anniversary to Tom and Ginny LeBeau.
Hey.
It's either their 41st or their 50th. I'm not sure how Tom phrased that.
So we look forward to seeing all of you live, hopefully sooner than we think. So have a great evening, everybody, and good night.
Stanley, good to see you, Stanley. Stanley, good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Don. You bet.
You're awesome, Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Purple light, Stanley.
See you, Patty. Take care, Patty.
Thanks, everybody. Can't wait to see you live and find everybody.
Thanks for a great year.
Yeah. Thank you. You bet. Everybody be safe. Everybody be safe.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Glenn.
It's Glenn. Hi, Glenn. Bye, Glenn.
Does Stanley have a purple light in his bedroom?
Yes, he does.
It may be a lava lamp.
It's
I wonder what that was blinking back there.
You got that in Amsterdam.
Is that an ultraviolet light killing all the germs?
Yeah,
That's
eliminating all of them.